Let's just come to lying on our backs and start to settle in a little bit. So as you start to slow the breath down, just notice if the mind starts to slow down or what starts to happen in the body. Lately, I've been doing this meditation instead of like a positive mantra that quite often I'll put on repeat in my mind. I just kept saying, I don't know. And it was really interesting what started to happen. So I want to see if it's as helpful for anybody else. So go ahead and try putting on the mantra, I don't know, and just starting to breathe a little deeper and see what happens. Maybe you've noticed that the mind is incessantly trying to figure things out, trying to piece it all together. And sometimes it seems like the real truth, the real nature of what we are, maybe doesn't quite pencil out as far as in a logical way that we can really grasp. So maybe your mind is incessantly trying to solve an unsolvable riddle. And maybe that explains why we can feel frustrated or disappointed. But when I was allowing myself just to think, I don't know, something started to shine through me that I've only experienced a couple of times. And in the process of letting go of needing to figure it all out, this deeper knowing started to come through me. And I got a little taste of what the masters talk about when they say that when you go beyond the mind, then you actually know. You let go of needing to know, and then you know. It's always like the cosmic joke, right? So if that I don't know doesn't have the same effect for you and you'd rather put on a positive mantra, go right ahead. But see if you can decide to have a one-pointed focus today so we can stay present. And not because the mind is bad, not because it's not can't be a beautiful tool, but just for the next hour, let's just commit to going to a different place because we spend enough time in the mind trying to figure it all out. Let's just spend the next hour just being. All right. I'll give your mind plenty to do so it doesn't feel the need to bounce around. See if you can just decide to stay with this breath a little bit longer and have that be symbolic of just staying in this moment. All right. When you're ready, hug your knees into your chest and just start to move however it feels good here. See if you can remember to use every single exhale to soften and let go. All right, when you're ready, we'll rock up to a seat. And now we'll inhale and lift the shoulders up. Now we'll draw the shoulders back, try to kind of broaden, but keep them lifted up high. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep the shoulders drawing back and let them slowly melt down the back. Softening with each exhale, letting go. And then maybe the left fingertips take a little walk out to the left. Use the pose to find the tension. Use the exhale and the focus to soften and let it go. Unless you want to keep it. You can keep it if you want to. Slowly come back to center. Lift the shoulders high on the inhale. Broaden the shoulders. Keep them high. Left ear, left shoulder. Keep them drawing back as they slowly melt down. Sinking in a little more with each exhale. If and when you're ready for more, right fingertips take a little walk. Slowly come back to center and then let the head fall heavy forward. Really feeling the weight of the head here. Starting to open the upper middle back a little bit. Staying with your breath. Maybe moving back and forth with the head just a little bit feels better. And then start to make big circles with the head. If the shoulders want to start to roll around too, they can. If the torso wants to start to move in a circle, it can. Slowly come back to center. We'll switch directions. Slowly come back to stillness in the center. And then walk the hands forward. Now lift the heart, again, broaden through the collarbone. And then let your head fall heavy as you sink down towards the ground. Maybe elbows drop down to touch the ground. Press the sit bones back a little bit. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Slowly come back up. Come onto the hands and the knees. Get a nice tabletop setup. Your fingers spread nice and wide. Start pressing down into the hands. We'll do a little cat-cow, but see if you can start it as just a tiny movement so that your spine is actually initiating the movement. So instead of using the arms or the core, feel the spine working as you inhale to find that little bit of a flex. And then exhale, finding just a little bit of a round. Maybe it starts to get bigger and bigger, but try to see if you can feel the spine working. Strengthening the spine, creating flexibility in the spine. By allowing it to move in these non-linear ways. Next exhale, press it back to child's pose. Let your forehead rest. Settle in for a breath or two. And then if you want more, go ahead and lift the wrists, coming up on those tented fingertips. Now slowly come back up to hands and knees. Keep the hips stacked over the knees. Walk the hands forward like puppy pose. Drawing the forehead down to touch if you can. Keep drawing the sit bones back a little bit and settle in here. Maybe lifting those wrists up, coming up on tented fingertips here. Lower the palms back down, lift the head a little, and walk it over to the right. Keep drawing the sit bones back. Try to get the forehead down again. Settle in, and then maybe you lift those wrists up. Slowly come back through center and over to the left. Forehead resting. Stay with this breath a little bit longer. Slowly come back to center and then slide out onto your belly. Reach the hands forward, not all the way straightening into the arms, head and chin lifted up. Now lift the feet up. Reach back through the toes, lift the feet a little higher. Breathe into the low back. Slowly lower the feet back down, bring the hands under the shoulders, press back to child's pose, and then slowly make your way downward facing dog. Take your time. Moving around a little if you like, or sinking right into stillness here for a couple more breaths. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Grab your elbows, start to sway a little bit. Release your hands. Then walk your hands over to the right. Maybe even starting to walk them behind you just a little bit. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Maybe your knees are bent. Maybe you try to bend one knee and then the other a little more. Or maybe you just find stillness here. Remembering to soften on every exhale. Remembering to stay with each breath a little longer. Walk it back through center. Walk it over to the left. Head heavy, breath deep, maybe finding movement, bending the knees, maybe just finding stillness here, listening to the body. Come back to center and slowly round up, arms and head heavy, press down through the feet. Lift the chin, broaden the collarbones, soften the shoulders down. Keep them down as you inhale the arms up. Squeeze the palms, lift up. Exhale, press through the feet, dive in. Draw the belly in and up so you can fold a little deeper and empty all the air. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen the spine more. Exhale, fold. When you're completely empty, press into the feet. Reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Find just a tiny little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Soften through the shoulders and the face. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, swan dive, hinging right at the hips. Feel that hinge. Fold a little deeper. Inhale, lift halfway. One more sip of air. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward. Find that plank pose. Pressing down through the hands, broadening through the back. Softening anywhere you can. Walk or slide the feet back, lower the elbows, forearm plank. Stack your shoulders right over your elbows. Booty about the same height as the shoulders, not sinking down, not sticking up. Back of the neck long but soft. Hold on to this breath. Maybe you want to start to rock forward and back. Slowly lower down to the belly, untuck the toes. Use the hands and forearms to pull the belly button and the heart forward, broaden the collarbones, soften the shoulders, chin parallel to the ground, soften your gaze. Now, as slow as you can, like dramatically slow, start to gaze over towards the right shoulder. We're not there yet. Now we're about at the shoulder, see if you can go beyond, back towards the feet, maybe even beyond. Re-engage the hands and forearms to pull belly button and heart forward. Keep softening with each exhale, letting go of some of this tension. Use your breath, breathe right into that spot where you feel this the most, fill it all the way up, and then soften all around it, settling into that space you're creating in your body, in your mind. Slowly come back to center, and just as slowly, gaze over towards the left shoulder. Notice what needs to be activated to pull the belly button and heart forward, and which muscles are just creating tension for no reason. See if you can soften there. Use your breath, stay with it. Come back to center. And now maybe you start to lift the elbows up, pressing into the hands, broadening through the collarbone. Maybe you look up and reach up through the chin. Slowly lower down. Press back through child's pose. And come on up, downward facing dog. Take your time. Inhale, lift the right foot up high, come up on the toes. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, step it through and lower down. Inhale, rise up with the hands, fill up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, lower the hands, step the left foot forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Oh, there's an ant on my mat. Does that mean it's springtime? Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Press into the feet. Come all the way up. Little deeper backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Close your eyes. See if you can experience this flow state by going to that place beyond the mind, either using the I don't know or anything that works for you. Maybe just staying with the breath is enough. See if you can stay in that place, that meditative place of peace, of presence, while we move our bodies. Inhale, lifts the arms up. Exhale, lengthen forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, right foot steps back, right knee lowers down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower the hands, step back to plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, sink into the heels. Inhale, lift the left foot high, come up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, let it all go. Press into the feet, rise up. Backward bend, let go. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, lengthen. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, hands lower, step back to plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, sink into the heels. Inhale, right foot lifts up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Find this flow state. Exhale, step forward. Feel the breath moving your body as that inhale lifts you up and fills your body. Exhale, fold belly in and up. When you're completely empty, press into the feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, sink into the heels. Inhale, left foot lifts high. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands down by your sides. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, sink into the heels. Stay here for a couple of breaths. See where you can soften with each exhale. See how long you can hold on to this breath. All right, shift your gaze up between your hands, bend your knees and walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. If you have a block, set it in front of your feet. Slowly come to standing any way you like. All right, bring your hands onto your hips. We won't use the block just yet. Press the left foot down, lift the right knee up high as you can. Straighten the leg, point the toe, pull the belly in. Press the left foot down, see if that lifts your right foot any higher. Drag the leg out to the side. Try to keep the hips facing forward. Lift a little higher. Slowly bring it in like tree pose. Keep rooting down into the left foot. Grow a little taller on the inhale. Grow a little softer on the exhale. Soften your gaze, keep it steady. Deepen the breath. Maybe challenging the balance by looking up or reaching up. But balancing seems hard today anyways. Bring the hands back to the hips, straighten that leg back out to the side, point the toe, lift up, bring it back to center. Out in front, lift a little higher, and then set that foot outside the left so your pinky toes are touching. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, swan dive, bending the knees if you like. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, shake the head. Staying right here or taking a little walk over to the right. Let something go. Walk back through center and over to the left. Make sure your head is heavy and your breath is deep. Draw the belly in. Come back to center, set the right foot back where it belongs. Step the feet as wide as the hips. If you have a block, grab it, or anything will work, even imaginary block. All right, keep your knees right where they're at. Lower the booty back behind you as the block reaches forward. Squeeze the block. Keep the shoulders drawing back. Keep the belly drawing in. Exhale, stand up, bring the block to your heart. Keep squeezing it, but keep softening the shoulders down. Keep them soft as you lift the block up. Squeeze the block. Exhale, block to heart. Inhale, booty presses back. Everything parallels the ground. Exhale, fold. Press the block down to lift the hips up. Soften shoulders out of the ears. Inhale, bend the knees. Reach the block forward. Don't forget to squeeze it. Exhale, block to heart. Notice what needs to be engaged as you inhale to reach it up, but keep the shoulders and face soft. Exhale, block to heart. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, fold. We'll do that one more time. See if you can really see which muscles need to be used and how squeezing the block and creating some tension allows more space for the softening of the muscles that don't need to be used. Bend the knees, reach it forward, find a softening. Exhale, block to heart. Notice how squeezing will help you soften the traps more. Reach the block up on the inhale, keep softening. Exhale, block to heart. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, fold, set the block down, shake the head a little bit. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, step it back to plank. Find this nice long line of energy. Press down through the hands. Bring the right knee to the right elbow and then shoot it back long. Bring the left knee to the left elbow. Shoot it back long. Keep the back of the neck long but soft. As you move here with your own breath, each exhale brings your knee to your elbow. Your arms don't change at all. They stay straight and strong. And then slowly walk or slide the feet back, lower the forearms down. Find that nice long line of energy. Turn and twist, kiss the mat with the right hip. Inhale back through center. Exhale, left hip. Keep softening. Slowly lower the belly down, untuck the toes. Reach the hands forward a little more. Lift the feet up. Reach back to the toes, lift a little higher. If you feel ready, lift the arms up too. Keep the shoulders soft, the face soft. See if you can find a little more length and lift up one more time. Hands under shoulders, press back, child's pose, and lift it up, downward facing dog. Take your time. Inhale, lift the right foot high, come up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, crescent lunge. Arms reach up out of the waist, shoulders softening down the back. Find your breath, find your pose. Inhale here, exhale, sweep the arms back, kick off that back leg, lift it up till it's parallel to the ground. Inhale, come back to your crescent lunge, bend the right knee a lot. Again, exhale, we take flight. Inhale, we sink back into crescent lunge 2 more times. Next time we come up, we're gonna stay here. So bring your hands to your heart, point your toes down and slightly in, level the hips, slowly come to standing, bring the left knee with you, lift it up high, and then cross it over. See if your toes can wrap. Bring the knees back to center, sink in. Feel the arms out to the sides. Drop the left arm under the right. See if your palms can touch. Elbows out and up. Soften the shoulders. Lengthen the back of the neck. Pull the belly in. Find your breath. Find stillness with your gaze. Slowly come up. Lift the left knee high. Hinge forward, shoot that leg back, step back, crescent lunge with eagle arms. Press the right knee forward more, lift the arms, let the gaze follow, finding a little backward bend. Then hook the elbows outside the right knee. Keep pressing the right knee forward and drawing the left heel back. Then open the arms up. Roll that right shoulder back a little more. Inhale, lengthen to your spine. Exhale, softness. Come all the way up, reverse crescent. Keep the deep bend in the right knee. Right hand finds left thigh. And then open it up like warrior two. Left heel spins out and down. Right knee presses forward. Maybe you need to take a little bigger step. Soften through the shoulders. Find your breath. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, cartwheel hands down to frame the foot. Come up on the back toes. Walk your hands to the left like wide leg forward fold. Turn the toes in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands back between your legs. Fingers pointing back away from you. Tip your weight forward into the balls of your feet to lower the head down. Don't forget to soften on this exhale. See how long you can stay with this breath. Bring your hands back under the shoulders, walk them over to the right foot, turn all your toes to face forward, shoot the right foot up and back, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hips. Slowly come back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Walk or slide the feet back, lower the elbows down, forearm plank. Find your breath. Soften something. Then walk the feet in, let the booty go up like dolphin. Keep softness through the neck and the traps, with that engagement through the hands and forearms. Slowly lower down to the knees, find a child's pose, bringing the forehead to rest. Slow your breath down. See if you can access that place a little deeper than the thoughts. Recommitting for our second half here to giving the mind a little break, giving the nervous system a little break. Imagine that all the tension you're holding in your body is just this symbolic of all the thoughts in your head. And see if you can really just give them permission, all that tension, permission to leave here. Just by going beyond the thoughts and allowing this softening, allowing this process, allowing this moment to be just as it is. When you're ready, slowly come back, downward facing dog. Let that inhale lift your left foot high. Let that exhale draw your knee to your nose. Step it through crescent lunge. Every single exhale we soften. Every breath we hold on to. One really big deep inhale. Exhale, we take flight. Kicking off that back leg. Inhale, we come back, crescent lunge. Take your time like you're moving through water here. Next time we come up, we'll stay up. Bring your hands to your heart, point the toes down, slightly in, level the hips, belly comes in. Slowly come to standing, lift the right knee up high, cross it over. Wrap the toes, knees come back to center. Soften in, peel the arms out. Right arm under left this time, maybe palms touch. Belly in, elbows out and up. Back of the neck long and soft, shoulders softening down. Slowly come up, lift the right knee high, hinge forward, shoot it back, step back, crescent lunge. Bend the left knee a lot, then find that little backward bend. Keep pressing the left knee forward as you hook those elbows outside the knee, and then open the arms up. Belly in, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale, reverse it. Left knee bends a little deeper. Exhale, open it up. Warrior two, maybe take a little bigger step. Press the left knee forward, soften the shoulders down. Hold on to this breath. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, cartwheel hands, come up on back toes, walk it over to the right. Find that wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Reach around, grab the outside edge of your feet, or hook those peace sign fingers around the big toes. Pull your head down towards the mat. Pull your shoulders up out of the ears, belly in and up out of the way. Tip weight forward into the balls of the feet to lower the head down. Lift the quads up off the knees to start to straighten into the legs. But most importantly, stay with this breath and don't forget to soften. That softening is giving permission for this tension to leave your body. You find it, but then sometimes you notice it and attach to it, and then you keep all that tension. But let this process, let this flow move through you. As you inhale to find the tension, and by taking a bigger breath and filling up a little more, that tension will become even more obvious, and it'll be easier on that exhale to soften there and let it go. Hands under shoulders, walk them to the left foot. All the toes face forward, left foot shoots up and back, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hips, soften the shoulders, keep the head heavy, twist open. Come back, downward facing dog. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, press into the feet, come all the way up, find a backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Interlace your fingers, release your index finger. Glue your palms together, biceps back with the ears. Take a little step forward with the right and come down till everything's parallel to the ground. Level the hips out. Imagine you're being pulled in two directions and reach forward and reach back a little more, and notice that that helps make balancing a little bit easier. Float the left fingertips down and the right fingertips up to stack the shoulders. Try to get the torso and the leg parallel to the ground. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to soften. Lower the left foot a couple feet behind for a revolved triangle. Maybe you need your block. Readjust the left hand onto the block or in closer to the foot. Gaze up at the right hand and roll the heart open. Belly comes in. Inhale, feel the length from your sacrum all the way up to the crown. Exhale, soften the shoulders, the jaw, the eyes. Lower the right hand down for pyramid pose. Make sure your hips are facing forward. Draw the belly in. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Tuck the chin, maybe forehead touches leg. Soften. Lower the hands down if you've lifted them up. Put a little bend in the knee. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Interlace fingers. Release index. Glue palms. Biceps back. Chin up. Left foot forward. Come on down. Be long, be long. Level the hips out. Find your breath. Soften. Lower the right fingertips down. Peel the left hand up. Try to stack the shoulders. Lower the right foot a couple feet behind. Revolve triangle. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to soften. Lower the left hand down, pyramid pose. Inhale, lifts up halfway. Exhale, fold, draw the belly in. Try to level the hips. And release. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Find this nice long line of energy. Inhale, bring the right knee to the right elbow. Shoot it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Shoot it back. All right, right knee, right shoulder. Step it outside the hand and lower the left knee down. See if you can lower your forearms down to a block or the ground here. Let your head be heavy. And let that right foot or leg do whatever it likes. Maybe you're hugging the knee in against the shoulder. Maybe you're letting it fall open. Just trusting the body here to find this stretch that best serves you. Not by thinking about it, just by feeling it. By going a little deeper than the thoughts are, we allow that real wisdom, that real knowing to come through here. See if you can access that. If not, no worries. Just stay with your breath and remember to soften. Because until we can find the flow where we really let the yoga do its magic, we have to intentionally try to soften with each exhale. But eventually it will just be this process that you allow to happen without any effort. But until then, we just use our mind to focus and remember to stay with the breath and to let go with each exhale. Slowly come up onto the hands. Plant your left hand down, reach your right hand back. Maybe you can grab that foot and then kick into your hand. Okay, see how slowly you can float those toes down. Wiggle the right foot over towards the left for pigeon pose. Maybe you need to draw it back a little bit too. See if you can wiggle the left toes back a little bit and level the hips out. Walk the hands back by the hips. Lift the heart, broaden through the collarbone. And then walk your hands forward. See if you can get your forehead down onto a block or onto the ground. And see how long you can stay with this breath. Maybe you lift those wrists up, coming up on those fingertips. Slowly bring the hands back under the shoulders and come on up. Roll to the outside of the right hip. Sweep the left foot around till it's flat on the ground, finding a spinal twist here. Lower the left glute. Turn and twist to the left. Plant the left fingertips to lengthen. Reach the right hand up a little higher to lengthen. Hook elbow outside knee. Use leverage. Pull the left shoulder back as your gaze follows it. Inhale to lengthen. Hold on to this breath. Exhale to soften. Hold on to this breath. Slowly come back through center. Find a little counter twist on the right. And come back up. Uncross your legs, plant your hands, step back to plank, lift back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Bring your right knee to your right armpit and then shoot it back on the exhale. Inhale, left knee, left armpit. Shoot it back. Next time, left knee comes to left shoulder, step it outside the hand. Lower the right knee, untuck the toes. Lower the elbows down onto that block or onto the ground. Feel the weight of your head. Allow this exhale to help you soften more through the neck, the jaw. Find that stretch through the hip that feels the best. Slowly come back up onto the hands. Reach the left hand back for that foot. Maybe you grab a hole, kick into the hand. See how slowly you can float those toes down. Wiggle the left foot over to the right like pigeon pose. Maybe it has to walk back a little too. Wiggle the right toes back to level the hips. Walk the hands back with the hips, broaden. Walk the hands forward, lower the forehead down to the block or down to the ground and let go. Slowly come back up onto the hands, roll to the outside edge of the left hip. Sweep the right foot up and around. Lower the right glute. Turn and twist to the right. Plant the fingertips to lengthen. Inhale, reach the arm up. Hook the elbow outside the knee. Peel that right shoulder back. Use this inhale. Fill all the way up. Use this exhale. Soften shoulders, jaw, face, then twist a little more. Slowly come back through center. Find a little counter twist on the left. Slowly come back up. Now we're going to straighten the legs out in front. Kick out through the heels, maybe even lift them up. Press the hands down and see if you can try to lift the booty up a little bit. Draw the belly in and up. Draw the heart up towards the chin and the chin down towards the heart. Engaging a lot of things, but still seeing if there's any room to soften. All right, release. Keep the feet active. Keep them lifted if you can. Inhale the arms up. Reach up. Now hinge forward from the hips. Grab whatever you can and lengthen up one more time. Broaden the collarbone. Pull the heart towards the feet. So you can stay upright here, or you can let the head become heavy here. Find a stretch that works for you. Maybe there's a little movement in it. Maybe you're creating a little bit of resistance, kind of like a bow and arrow. And finding some softness by creating some tension and then releasing it. Slowly roll it back up. Bring your feet flat on the ground, reach your hands forward, and then lift the feet up. Maybe you grab behind the knees, maybe you straighten the arms and legs. Squeeze the legs together, pull the belly in, lift the heart, soften the shoulders, find your breath. Now we're going to bring our hands together, making one big fist by the belly. And we're going to turn and twist and row the boat on the right side. Inhale over to the left side. Keep the belly in. Keep squeezing the legs together. Keep kicking out through the balls of the feet. Stay with your breath. Whenever you've had enough, just roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. All right, roll onto the back, hug the knees in. Bring your right knee into your right hand and your left knee into your left hand, and roll the knees in towards each other and then out away, making big circles here. Chin is slightly tucked, shoulders are soft. Switch directions. And then find a happy baby. Get your lower vertebrae and booty down, tuck the chin, pull the shoulders down. Find your breath, find movement if you like. If you can massage out some tension here in the low back. All right, hug your knees in, grab your elbows around your knees, lower your head down, tuck your chin, squeeze your knees in, soften your shoulders down. Try to get the lower vertebrae and the booty down with the same motion as if you were gonna roll the feet down till they were flat on the ground. Soften. All right, let your right leg go long, interlace your fingers around the left knee, hug it in tight, hug your elbows in tight, kick through the right heel, relax your left foot, tuck your chin a little, squeeze the knee to the armpit. Let go of that tension. All right, left arm comes out to the side like cactus, right hand guides the left knee across the body. Finding a twist here. Stay with this breath like it was the only thing you really had, like you never wanted it to end. See if for a couple minutes here you can come to that place beyond the mind, letting everything just kind of fade away, the past, the future, just allowing this moment to be enough. You might notice that the mind is always either in the past or the future. All thoughts take place in the past or the future. And in some ways, that's kind of saying that this moment isn't enough, that you'd rather have a moment that's already passed or an imagined moment that hasn't happened yet. And even if it's in a hopeful way, you're still kind of having hope that there's this moment in the future that's going to be better than this moment. And it might not be true. This might be as good as it gets. There might never be another moment as good as this, and that's okay. See if you can really allow it to be okay by just allowing this moment to be enough and to be exactly as it is without trying to squeeze it into that box of how you think it should look. Just by staying with this breath a little longer and allowing yourself to soften. Come back to center, hug your knees in. Let your left leg go long. Interlace fingers around the right knee, squeeze it to armpit, kick through the left heel, hug your elbows in, tuck your chin, find the tension without attaching to it, without identifying with it, and then soften and let it go. Notice the difference between saying I am tense and there's some tension. All right, right arm comes out like cactus, left hand guides knee across the body. Settle in. You know, I know we all talk about the power of words, but I think sometimes we forget. You know, when we say things like, I am tense, and then it's like, no wonder you don't want to let go with each exhale, because if you are tension and you release that tension, then what are you? Where are you? But if you just notice the tension, then you can allow it to move through you. And for some reason, that example is really tangible, easy to pinpoint. The other ones are a little more abstract, but just the same, right? When we attach to the thought, then we hold on to it. When we think we are the mind, then we can react. But when we become the observer and we just allow it all to move through us, then we can find this flow state. this unshakable peace. Slowly come back to center, hug your knees in one more time, and then let the legs go long on the mat. Settle into your final resting pose here. So it's only when we find that unshakable peace that we can actually love, that we can actually allow space for others to show up just as they are and be their authentic self. Most people's idea of love is attachment, and their happiness is dependent on the other person showing up a certain way. And if the other person isn't allowed to do whatever it is they like to do without you reacting in a certain way because you're attached, or creating conditions that they have to abide by, or you say they make you feel this, or you want them to feel sorry that you feel this way. But when you're giving yourself that love from within, that connection to source, you're not looking to get any needs met from another person or from the world. And from that place of no attachment, then you can really enjoy another person or a place or a thing or a meal. Because you've taken back the power, the value you've given it, thinking it can fill you up. And now you're doing it just for fun or love's sake. So maybe that I don't know worked for you. Maybe you can even let that go and just allow this process, allow this yoga. Imagining that every single exhale, you don't have to try to let go, but that's what the exhale is. And just allow it. And even if you don't believe this to be the truth, see if you can use your imagination and imagine that everything is happening exactly as it should. You are exactly where you need to be. And there's nothing you need to become. Imagine somebody in your life that you just wish could feel this peace. See if sending it to them inspires you to feel it even more. And see if you can feel how giving and receiving are the same. We go around looking for this feeling that maybe we can't really receive, we can only give. So before you invite a deeper breath back, just notice what that invite looks like or feels like. As you invite movement back, try to capture that essence of that invite. And then invite movement back. And then even though it's a little less tangible, invite yourself to stay in this place of calm, this place of peace, this place of presence. And see if you can notice that act of inviting. And maybe you decide to stay in that place, that actively inviting yourself to stay in this moment, to not get caught up in the incessantness of the mind trying to figure it all out, or jumping back into the past or into the imaginary future. When you're ready, roll onto either side. And see if you can commit to staying with the breath, staying in your body for the rest of the day. See if you can notice the people, places, or things that come into your field that take you out of this space. And see if just that invitation, motion, can bring you back into it. When you're ready, slowly come back to a seat. Inhale the arms up, squeeze the palms together. One more time, everything lifts. Exhale, hands to heart. Let the head bow to the wisdom of the heart. Really feel that. Feel what that means. Lift the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste. You're silly. You're just silly.